It is time for Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. We got the newspaper. We got the articles written. We just need the headline. We call Chris Simms.
Don't worry. I got it, man. I'm the hook guy. I'm the headline guy. That's what I do.
Sells the paper.
That's what I do.
Seahawks defeat the Jets 26-21 after jumping out to a nice lead. The Jets did.
Yes,
Couldn't
they
hold
did.
that lead. Your headline for this one is
Kings of New York. And why, you may ask that?
Yeah.
Well, because there was two guys that once were thrown out of New York like they were peasants and no good for this area. How dare they? Geno Smith and Leonard Williams, they came back on a team called the Seattle Seahawks today, and they said, no, we will own this town today. The Kings of New York. Great little redemption stories, right? Geno and Leonard Williams both played for the Jets and the Giants. Reversed roles there where... Wait, let me see if I get this right. No, it was actually they both started with the Jets, and they both ended up with the Giants, and then they went somewhere else.
This is why you don't write the article. You just do the headline.
It was giving some background, okay?
Well, we do have an editor, so yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but they come back to New York. Geno was fine, made enough plays there. I mean, Leonard Williams really took over the game at times. Obviously, the 92-yard
No. We really got to unpack this here.
I know. He said to Florio, that's the longest he has ever run in his life. Not even in a football game.
Here's another game where, I mean, this is one where the Hawks tried to lose it early. They tried. And the Jets were like, no, we know how to lose better than you. Hold on a second. We'll show you how to really a game up. But great first drive by the Jets, and you go, damn, the Jets look good. Woo, woo. Hawks fumble the kick return. Jets get another touchdown. Boom. You're looking good. It's 21-0.
You're like, man, football doesn't make any sense.
Or 14-0.
You're like
right.
the NFL. I can't figure it out.
I don't know either. Then Geno and company go on a 10-play, 88-yard drive where it was good, but it was work. It wasn't like they went, oh, well, big play. This was easy. So they make it 21-7. Okay. Then guess what happens again? The Hawks fumble another kick return. And the Jets have the ball on what? The 20-yard line? And here is the moment that ended the game for the Jets, or started the end. It's 21-7. We have Aaron Rodgers, who's made hundreds of millions of dollars playing quarterback, to Garrett Wilson, a top 10 pick in the draft. They run a double move.
Great move.
You saw the move, right?
Oh, great move.
There is nobody in the screen. It's just throw the ball at him, and he's going to catch it for a touchdown. Instead, we throw a ball that's like ultra safe, and we're going to drop it right on the pylon to where our guy gets it or no one gets it, even though there's no one there to get it other than your guy. Incomplete pass. Guess what happens next play? So we're really ultra conservative on that one to the wide open guy. Mm-hmm. Next play, I drop back. I'm Aaron Rodgers here. There's 5 guys in the middle of the field. I try to laser it in between all of them. And Leonard Williams tips the ball up in the air. Interception, pick 6, 92 yards. See you later.
I mean, that's insane that he was able to take it all the way back.
It was insane.
Broster Anthony says to you, could Leonard Williams beat you in a foot race?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I do think he could beat me, and I'm not that slow.
Yeah, I run pretty good for a 44-year-old man. Like in my prime, I'm definitely going to say no to that, right?
Yeah.
But now, he'd give me a run from, I feel like 100 I'm winning. Right? 100 I'm winning.
92 he probably wins.
Like a 10 or a 20 he's going to win probably. He's got a big old ass and legs, and he gets off the ball for a living, right? So he's going to be good out of that. 40 yards, I feel like I want to say I'd still win, okay? That's what I'm going to say, Broster Anthony, but I'm sitting here in my warm, cushy chair right now saying that.
Apparently it is the longest ever pick 6 by a player weighing 300 or more pounds in NFL history. I have no idea how they went back and tracked that. I guess players didn't weigh 300 pounds back in the day, so
definitely
before
not.
1960,
very few.
You don't need to check it. Right,
there's very few. So yeah, you probably get to dwindle down that list pretty quick to go. Okay, here defensive tackles that intercepted a pass, ones that actually have a return, ones that returned it for a touchdown. Is probably a pretty short list when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
The Jets blew a lot of opportunities to win this football game. I don't even know really where to begin. Even after that, I think the game's 21-16 at one point. We got a 4th and 2 pass to Devontae Adams. He drops it. It couldn't be any easier. It doesn't. The Hawks get a field goal. Oh, that made it 21-16 after that. It was 21-13. And then as we see almost every week with the Seahawks, they're another one of those teams because they just throw the ball down the field every play. They're like, what? It hasn't worked? Let's just keep doing it. It'll work eventually. And they start to make a big play to Jackson Smith and Jigba and Metcalf and all that, and it started to work. But this was certainly another game where it felt like the better team on the field found a way to lose the football game. And the Jets felt like they were better throughout the day, but this is what have we said this? Well, you are who you are this time you are. We've said that for 3 weeks, and the Jets certainly are that, and nobody knows how to mess up a game better than the Jets do right now.
And I do think that is the case in a good way for the Seattle Seahawks, too. I think now that they are healthy on that defensive line, right? I mean, I was talking to Michael Robinson on the sideline of the Oregon game yesterday, and he was talking about some coach that told him, he's like, I don't know who's going to win the national championship this year, but I know how they're going to look. They're going to be big up front on the defensive line and the offensive line.
Yeah.
And, Seattle's got some of those guys back healthy that can make life very difficult for any team they face on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes, and they're going to be dangerous. If they do get in, you're right about that. They're D-line, and if they get in, they got playmakers that are scary on the offense, right? And in a one-game loss situation, they might try a few plays we don't normally play. We do a trick play. Leonard Williams makes a good play on the defense. All of a sudden, you're like, what? We're losing to the Seahawks, and we might be done for the year. But here, just a little bit more on Jets, right? Just to, I hit them while they're down
You
here,
love doing
right?
that.
I mean, the Jets are driving, right? With 21-16. They love for the Seahawks forces the fumble. I believe that was Breece Hall, right? He punches out of Breece Hall's hand.
Julian Love played really well.
He did definitely. That made it 21-19. And then even with all this, 21-19, they got to go down and try to score points or do something. And the Jets with these fourth down penalties. Fourth down pass interference, got the play covered. Everything's good. Unnecessary contact down the field. Then it's a fourth down run to Charbonnet. Grab him on the back of the nameplate and get the horse collar penalty. And that's what helped Seattle go ahead in the football game and ultimately win the football game. Bad Jets play in big moments. They had chances to put this away, control it, do whatever you want to say, but they found a way to mess it up.
Seahawks lead the NFC West by 1 game over the Cardinals and the Rams. Another game we got to get a headline to in the paper. Colts defeat the Patriots. This was a good game. Good finish, too. By a point, 25-24. Your headline for this one is?
Slow and steady. Baby.
The last drive.
Oh, is that what I'm talking about? You knew that? You just knew that right off of that like that, huh? You're pretty impressive.
I was hoping.
Yeah, you're hoping.
If it was something else, we were going to have to cut it out entirely. It was the 19-play, 66-yard game-winning drive. 19 plays. 66 yards.
I hate to say this again. Another game, though, where it feels like the team that played better throughout the day lost the game, okay? I'm just going to say that. Whether it's mistakes, missed opportunities, whatever you want to say, 2 missed field goals. Like New England did some good stuff. Had some run the ball when they needed to. Drake May again showed the ability to make big plays. Some of these young receivers that people were making fun of early on in the football year, they're starting to show themselves on a weekly basis. Right? That was all there. The Colts offense was all over the place like we've seen it before. The one thing I like about the Colts is Shane Steichen knows how to tie plays together. He's figured out a formula how to play with Anthony Richardson. He knows it's not going to be the most efficient passing game in the world, but he's learning how to tie the run game together with Anthony Richardson with a few runs and some play action passes off of that to where it's not a ton of plays, but they know how to tie them together the right way. And we're seeing Anthony Richardson make plays, get better in front of us. And again, it's still not perfect. He still missed throws and made some dumb interceptions and did stuff like that today. There's no doubt about that. But they can run the ball. He can make plays with his legs and his big arm. And then we know Jonathan Taylor and the receivers they got are pretty good playmakers that way, where to the point if their defense can just play respectable and keep them in the game, The Colts are dangerous that way. I don't think they're going to go to the playoffs. I don't know if I really believe in them that way, but I think they're going to be in this conversation at the very end.
They're 6-7 right now. All 6 of their wins have been by 6 points or fewer. And the win probability chart in this game was, as you can guess, it was crazy. There it is at the end. It's kind of like, okay, all right. Oh, it looks like the Patriots are going to win. Right at the end, it goes crazy. Now, this according to Next Gen Stats, the decision to go for 2 at the end.
Yeah.
By Shane Steichen.
Right.
It was the optimal call.
I would agree with that in there. I mean, this was an offense that again, we just said slow and steady. It took them half a century to go down the field for the last drive of the game here to win it. You don't know when you're going to be there again.
It's what we talked about last week.
It is. Earlier today.
Overtime's a 50-50 coin flip. Going
Right.
for two's a 50-50 coin flip.
And you have to take in the game for the day. The day had told us, and we kind of just explained it, the Patriots moved the ball throughout the day. The Colts was, few and far between like we talked about. So he went, wait, here's our moment right now. I'm Shane Steichen, and I usually have a bunch of creative 2-point play, fourth down plays, do all that. And I think he thought, hey, now is the moment. Let me do it right now. And you got an ultimate weapon in a Richardson in that situation that can really pose a lot of problems for any defense and all the things he can do.
Now, not to go back on what I said last week and disagree with myself, but I am a contrarian, so I do like to do that. The only thing that would give me pause is that we had just seen they had a 2nd and 2 or their second goal from the 2, didn't get it. They had 3rd and goal from the 2, lost a yard.
Yeah.
And so it was like you have now seen it. You did fail twice from the same spot, but I give Shane Steichen credit. He was like, we can win it right here, and we're going to do it. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, well, sometimes you don't break out those go-to plays, right, on 1st and 2nd down. You just go, hey, we've had some success with this play throughout the game. Let's run this. We should be able to do this play right here and do that. And, there's only so many, I can go to this play in this moment right now, right? You're only going to have so many of those in the game plan. And you probably, like a good player, like a good coach like him, probably has 5 every game where he's like, hey, 2-point plays, got to have it moment, 5 to 8 plays. And, you try to save them for those moments and not waste them on a 1st and goal just because, I want the touchdown now, right?
Yeah.
And that's where he dialed it up, did the right thing. But, still a lot of positives by that Patriot football team.
I mean, they almost won it. A 68-yard field goal was 2 yards short by Joey Sly. And Matthew Takas says to you, even though it was another tough loss for my Patriots, and now they are eliminated from the playoffs, how about a damn okay for Drake May's latest impressive showing?
Yes. Listen, some of the runs again, big passes down the field. The last touchdown pass to Austin Hooper, the one he threw there in the corner of the end zone to make it 16-14, that was an impressive throw. I think there's, again, some of the drives, I know they missed 2 field goals. One was a chip shot. And I believe the other one was a fairly close one, too. I don't know if I wrote it down in my notes here and I can't find it. But, they had a lot of success and they got a lot to be excited about with Drake May.
And that was Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai.
Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.